I think Rematch could be the next really big, huge game. And if for one reason, it's the fact that I'm playing it, right? I don't play sports games. And this thing has massive potential. Even when I'm not playing, I kind of feel the itch to get back in there and practice some of the positions that I'm trying to play. Largely, I just kind of drop back and play goalie because I don't feel like I can manage the ball all that well. And I'm honestly bad. I'm still having fun. And that does kind of beg the question, you know, could it get to the point where someone in my position could feel like they get into ranked and it accurately puts me with the right people and I have a good time? But I want to quickly walk through the 5 reasons that I think this game could be huge, because when I played the tutorial, I told people immediately this actually has a lot of potential. You can see elements in here that could really get picked up on. Now, I will conclude at the end, there is some stuff they're going to have to iron out, because a game like this won't work if people can't have a good time and it's not running well, right? That's always a concern for online games. So if you like these quick videos, make sure and hit like and subscribe, and maybe come stop by a live stream. So first, I think this is a fresh take on a soccer game as well as a sports game. You know, you're down on the field, sort of being behind the player, I think adds a layer to the game that just has been lacking if you're sort of playing like a classic FIFA game that's sort of zoomed out and far away. When you make plays, it feels like you're the one that did it in a different way, I think, than a more traditional, you know, soccer game. When you make a save, it's pretty awesome. I mean, again, it feels like you did it. It has that moment-to-moment action feel, which makes sense, right? These are the guys that made Sifu, so I think that really helped them make a game that has such a good immersion touch point for each individual player. So that's the first reason it's a fresh take on a soccer game. The second reason, it's easy to pick up. The controls are pretty basic. The tutorial alone had me convinced that this game had tons of potential because of what they were walking me through. I could sort of see, I was like, wait a minute, this is not as simple as I think. So it being easy to pick up is really related to the third point. There's a high skill ceiling, okay? It was very clear to me immediately, from handling the ball to taking a shot on goal to trying to get good passes to trying to get to the ball after it sort of like bounces off or there's like a deflection or something like that. I really do think, in an unironic way, it's a lot like Rocket League. Easy to pick up, but difficult to master. The first time I played Rocket League, I thought, what a great concept. This is so fun. And then I saw people playing at a high level, and I thought, we are not even playing the same game. You're playing a different game. You're flying around the arena, and I'm on the ground, right? The fourth reason that I also think this game has tons of potential, and this is related to being, you know, a game you can master, there are already metas and strats emerging just in the early days of this game being available in early access, and they're not annoying. And I think that's a very, very important aspect of this. You've always got to be on guard for this. PvP games in general fall into metas and like ruts, and it's just not fun. Everybody's sort of maximizing the fun out of the game. They're using the best build, they're using the best gun, whatever. And in the sports game, it could obviously get corny. Now, some of this could turn sour, and the developers are going to have to be on guard. But the current strats, I think they're really fun to observe and try to combat, because initially I was like, why are people doing this? Why are they playing this way? And I was like, oh, it started to click, and I started trying to combat it. And the fifth reason, and I really think this is a big one, that this game could be huge, is the esports potential. Now, given the different roles, this could be a huge spectacle. Watching a really good goalie make a save, that would be more intense than a typical sports game viewing experience. You're literally watching him do it behind, you know, especially if they can get a good spectate mode. You know, watching a good striker make a goal, make a great shot, hook the ball really nice. I mean, that I think would be a spectacle. It makes for a great viewing experience. You know, watching folks who expertly juggle or dribble the ball around other players. I mean, it's fun even when I'm playing the game and somebody does it to me and I get dusted. It's impressive. I'm like, oh, wow, this player is actually really, really good. So the conclusion is simple here. There's a huge potential for this game, and I don't sleep on it. Try it out, but I will say, like I said at the beginning, they've got to iron some of this stuff out. Server issues, desync issues. I've had the ball do some really weird things because of lag, like all of a sudden it just teleports, and they've got to get cross-play working. They've spoken to that. They ran into some technical issues, so obviously it's better to not have cross-play if it's not going to work well, but if they can iron out those issues, I really do think this game is a winner, and it could go really, really far. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you playing? Do you agree with me? You can always stop by a live stream and discuss it. So be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe so I can see you in the next video.